Hi everyone, my name's Christian Muse and I'm just going to demo quickly a project that we've been working on at the University of Melbourne. I'll put a link to our group here that is doing research in the foundations of human-agent collaboration if you'd like to read more about our research and stuff. But what I'm going to show today is a project of implementing a game called Hattari. This is a board game played with 2 to 4 players. That's actually very interesting for people reasoning with epistemic logic. And there's an element of the game that requires you to keep track of what it is that other people believe about other people's belief in the game. And so for us, it's very interesting in trying to reason about those sort of things. Now, we had a few students help us out and build a website around this game, Hattari. And I'm not going to go into the rules for it too much into this video. There's other videos and rules online that you can see, and we've linked to that on the website. But instead, I'm just going to show quickly what it is that's interesting about the game and where our research plays a role here. So I'm going to start up a new local game, which just means all of the 4 players would be playing around this one computer screen. So Hattari starts off with each of the 4 players having a hidden suspect private to just them. Right, and so player 1 here, who we're going to look into and consider what it is that player 1 believes, has their own private player that's sitting below, and they can check the alibi and see what number is on that, the blank card. And then we would pass the computer to the next person. Player 2 would check their alibi. Suspect 6, player 3 would check theirs, and so on. So this goes all the way through the 4 players. Player 3 sees number 4, and player 4 sees number 3. Right, so we have blank 6, 4, 3, I believe. Now there's information private to each of the 4 players who it is that they're holding. Now the next step in Hattari is to rotate all of the suspects. So now when player 1 checks, they're going to be seeing suspect number 6, and this is what player 2 was holding previously. Now, what's interesting for us here is to keep track of what the players believe, other players believe the location of suspects are, and to sort of maintain that belief throughout the game. And so down here at the bottom, what we've done is we've hooked up our research that tries to maintain this mental state. Online, it will compute what it is that player 1 believes, and then puts it in the box for us to see. And so here, player 1 believes that they're holding 6. They believe that D is holding card 1. They believe that they are player A, so the first player in there. And they also believe that they're not holding card C1. So C1 is the blank card that was originally given to player 1 and then rotated around to player 4. Right? So if we continue to click through, player 2 sees 4, player 3 sees 3. Of course, all of this information is not known to player 1. But now when player 4 looks at the cards, player 1 would witness that player 4 is looking at that card. And then if we compute the mental state again for the first player, we see that player 1 believes that D is holding card 1. Right? So this is on the back end using our research to sort of maintain the belief states of player 1. And it's sort of a nice example problem for people dealing with epistemic logic. And so this project, the Hattari game, can be run online. It can be run locally, but also online with various players on different computers. And it's, like I said, a very nice testbed for a game that requires epistemic logic. So the project itself is available online. You can clone it and deploy your own version and plug in your own research if you would like. So it's available on Bitbucket, and it was developed primarily by students Johan Gunnarsson and Shi Wang under the supervision of myself and Tim Miller. And if you have any questions about getting this started and running for your own research, just let us know. Just to point in where the actual mental state of the game goes, inside the game directory, there's a game.py, and inside of that, there's just a simple stub info box. And so by default, it just puts up a random quote, but you can fill in this one function to sort of substitute whatever it is that you want to do to compute the belief of the different agents and be as simple or advanced as you'd like. So now our aspect of the research here that's computing the belief is using a framework that we developed for multi-agent epistemic planning. You can get this on Bitbucket as well. And so there's all of the information and instructions here to getting things running yourself. And inside of this Bitbucket repository, we've also included in the examples folder the actual Hattari model that we're using here. So you can see how we model the actual belief update that's going on for these agents. Yeah, for both the domain and the initial state for this planning process. So that's it. It's just a very quick demo to show you the Hattari project and how we're incorporating our research into there. And if you'd like to do the same with your own research, or if you'd like to take this for a spin, head on over to hattari.has.ca and take a look around and let us know if you have any questions. Thanks.